Hi everyone, I'm Dian Hermalia Andesta, NPM 224111067, Management Class 22B. In this video, I will explain the material about the nature of economics with a stakeholder's approach. A. The nature of economics. Economics comes from the Greek word ekonomia, which means the management of the house, which means the way households obtain and produce goods and services to meet the physical, living needs of their households. Economics is the science that deals with production, distribution, and consumption. Economics develops based on the basic assumption that there are unlimited human needs faced with limited resources, so the problem arises of how to exploit limited resources effectively and efficiently to meet unlimited human needs. With economics concerned in developing concepts, theories, laws, systems, and policies, economy aimed at increasing the prosperity of society. The nature of economics is exchange, the exchange of needs with one another. In this exchange, there is demand and supply. At the macroeconomic level, economists and government bureaucratic officials are very familiar with economic concepts, such as gross national income, consumption, savings, investment, money supply, interest rates, inflation, balance of payments, balance of trade, exchange rates, state budget, APBN. Modern economics today has instilled the following paradigm of human nature. A. Humans are economic beings. B. Humans have unlimited needs. C. In an effort to realize their needs, humans act rationally. The impact of this paradigm is A. The goal of human life is only to pursue material wealth and forget about spiritual goals. B. Humans tend to only trust their rational minds and ignore the potential of transcendental consciousness, spiritual awareness of God's infinite power, that humans have. C. Teaching that human nature is greedy. B. Stakeholders' approach to the nature of economics. Management responsibility and stakeholder theory. The rationale for the stakeholders' approach is that all parties who have an interest in a business activity are involved in it because it is profitable, so their rights and interests must be considered and guaranteed. From the point of view of company managers, management, there are several paradigms related to the role and responsibilities of management in managing the company. There are 6 theories related to stakeholders, according to Schroeder, 1998, namely, ownership theory, entity theory, fund theory, command theory, corporate theory, and service equity theory. The purpose of managing a company is clearly to increase profits and owner wealth. Companies whose ownership is owned by the general public, then there begins to be a separation between managers, management, executives, and company owners, shareholders. Although there is already a separation between managers and company owners, the orientation and paradigm of this management has not changed. That means that the purpose of managing the company is to increase the profits and wealth of the owners of the company. Stakeholders are all parties, people or institutions, that affect the existence of the company and/or are affected by the company's actions. Stakeholders are divided into 2 groups, namely market stakeholders and non-market stakeholders. The relationship between the company and stakeholders is that top executives are required not only to be ethical, but are expected to have a level of transcendental awareness or spiritual awareness. Sonny Cariff, 1998, categorizes stakeholders with the terms 1. Primary group, those who conduct transactions or interact directly with the company, such as customers, suppliers, financiers, employees, etc. 2. Secondary group, all stakeholders who are not included in the secondary group but whose interests and power can affect the existence of the company, such as government, mass media, environmental activists, academic community, etc. Tungal, 2008, states that stakeholder theory can be seen in 3 approaches. 1. Descriptive. The descriptive approach essentially states that stakeholders are simply descriptive of the reality of a company's ability to operate. Stakeholder theory in a descriptive approach aims to understand how managers handle stakeholder interests while still carrying out the interests of the company. Managers are required to direct their energy towards all stakeholders, not only towards company owners. 2. Instrumental. Stakeholder theory in the instrumental approach states that one of the strategies of company management to produce better company performance is to pay attention to stakeholders. This is supported by empirical evidence revealed by Lawrence and Weber, 2008, which shows that at least more than 450 companies that state their commitment to stakeholders in their annual reports have better financial performance than companies that do not have a commitment to stakeholders. 3. Normative. Stakeholder theory in the normative approach states that every person or group who has contributed to the value of a company has a moral right to receive rewards from the company, and this becomes an obligation for management to fulfill what is the right of stakeholders. The normative approach also aims to identify moral or philosophical guidelines related to company activities or management. It can be concluded that stakeholder theory is a theory that considers the interests of stakeholder groups that can influence corporate strategy. C. Stakeholders analysis. Based on the system approach, the company is part or element of a larger system, supersystem. As an open system, the company interacts with all related parties, stakeholders, so that the existence of the company is the most influential with all these stakeholders. The things that must be considered include: A. Identify all stakeholders, both real and potential. B. Find out the interest, and power of each group of stakeholders. C. Find out if there is a coalition of interests and power between groups of stakeholders. Decisions are made based on considerations. A. Stakeholders are the ones who receive the most benefit from the decision, or B. Even if there are parties who are harmed, the impact of the loss only affects the fewest possible stakeholders, or C. The decision taken does not conflict with the interests and power of the dominant stakeholder group. Interest here is something that causes this group of stakeholders to be interested or care about the company, while power here is defined as how strong the influence/power of this group is in determining the direction and existence of the company. Thus the discussion of the stakeholder approach. In conclusion, the stakeholders approach is a way of analytically observing and explaining how various elements are influenced and influence business decisions and actions. Hopefully the explanation I convey can add insight and understanding to my friends. That's all, and thank you.